Good morning. It is a little after 7. I intentionally got a little bit of a later start this morning because I didn't really like hiking and there was just like nobody around. So I'm still leaving in front of everyone, but they're like going to be right behind me, passing me soon. It was really interesting. It was just 3 of us at the water source for most of the evening. And then all of a sudden when I was already in my tent at like 8:39, I started hearing people come in. And then by the time I woke up in the morning, there was like 10 to 12 people at that water source. So there's just so many people who like left at like 2 or 3 and then kind of night hiked in, which isn't my favorite, but more power to them. But anyways, today I have to go at least 18.5 miles in order to make it to the next water source. There's a few water sources in like short succession, so I do have options of like 20 or 22 or whatever. But right now I'm not worrying about that, just gonna worry about doing 18.5, and then we'll see from there what the plan is going to be. The terrain is looking really easy today. Obviously there's ups and downs and we're still having an elevation change of like 7,000, but it's always like 500 up, 500 down, never a huge climb or a huge drop, which is always much easier on my body. We got really lucky in our campsite last night because it was 30 to 40 mile per hour winds all night long. And our site was like really sheltered with a ridge and lots of trees. Like imagine like the loud ocean, like just crashing waves, but like twice as loud. And that's how loud the wind was, just like whistling and ripping through the trees, but not where we were. Like it was just like at the tops of the trees. So I slept really well and it was barely affecting my tent. But I'm like pretty sure that everybody else who was like camped anywhere else probably had a miserable night as far as wind, and we got super lucky. We got to hear these guys all night long, although we definitely tuned it out after a while. So for some reason I've been attacked by spiders all day. I had a massive one in my tent that I had to lure out by getting it onto one of my flip-flops and then flinging it into the bushes. I had one inside of the bag of my tent bag. Last time I'm keeping that outside, so I had to like shake that one out like crazy. And then one dropped from my hair, so I just saw it like dangling in front of my face. That one I freaked out about. But I don't know, I just spiders everywhere today. There's also like tons of bugs at that campsite, like beetles and this weird, like it could jump like a grasshopper but kind of had a tail like a scorpion bug. Like it was really weird. So suffice to say, I was considering cowboy camping yesterday, and I'm very happy that I did not, because I don't know, those were some weird bugs. I have not seen such weird bugs yet here on this trip. This bunny is pretending that it can't be seen because it blends in so well. I'm like super close to it. As soon as I start moving, I think it's gonna run. You can't see me. I am dark like the ground. Okay, bye-bye. Two and a half miles in, I've officially been passed by my first person, which means that I'm no longer cougar bait. I feel pretty confident when I hike by myself, and I even prefer to hike by myself, but I always like for there to be at least one person in front of me and one person behind me, like reasonable pacing, not like 2 hours in front of me or 2 hours behind me. Person in front of me gives me the chance of potentially meeting someone for a break, and also scares away the mountain lions and the snakes, the rattlesnakes, so I don't have to see them. And in theory, obviously. And then the person behind me, if something happens to me, I can always sit down and wait for them. So that's always my preferred method of someone in front of me, someone behind me. So we are good to go. What happens to rocks when they die? They rust in peace. What did the baby turban say to her parents on a road trip? Windmill, we get there! Man, the trail is so cruisy today. I've already done 4 miles, and I was like surprised when I got to that point. Like, it's feeling really easy. My body's feeling really good. Nothing hurts yet, which is always a lovely feeling. I mean, I still have a lot of miles to do, but right now it's feeling really easy. This is not the most scenic area right now. It's not even a burnt area. They don't look burnt. They just all look dead. I'm guessing it's some kind of bug or rot or something that's killed everything. These are a fun snack. They're only like 70 calories. They're applesauce packets, but it's healthy. And since we have an 18.5 mile dry stretch, I like to think I'm getting just a little bit of liquid with this as well. I'm really hoping it's not going to be this exposed the whole time, and that we get into a nicer area, because it's like 10 a.m. right now and it's fairly warm, and I want to get into a more wooded area for when it gets hot, because this isn't exactly fun hiking since it's pretty ugly. Alright, I'm pushing 1 or 2 more miles for lunch. We'll see what we find. I want a good spot where I can maybe even lie down for an hour. It's definitely fairly warm. I don't think I need a siesta, but I think a heat of the day break sounds pretty good. Nothing really right here, but hopefully in like 2 more miles I'll find something. I just had a pretty big climb and kept pushing, kept looking for the perfect spot. Still haven't found the perfect spot, but it is in the shade and a breeze, which is an important combo. And there's a few places that you can like lie down if you need to. It's in the middle of the forest, so I'm like, mountain lions, but hopefully they come soon. I'm ahead of them. All right, I just finished my lunch break. We still have 5.5 miles to go. So I've done about 13 now. Again with the spiders, I was taking a nap and woke up to a spider crawling all over me. This next part is a little annoying. It looked a lot flatter somehow on the elevation profile when I looked at it this morning. I think I was too zoomed out because we've got 2 pretty steep climbs. It's just that they're short. So like, got an 800-foot climb in less than a mile, as in we're climbing 800 feet in less than a mile. Then we go down again, and then we do it again, and then we're pretty much there. So kind of steep climbs, but I'm gonna take it slow. I haven't hurt all day, which is definitely a record. So, and I haven't taken ibuprofen all day. So I hope that I can survive these 2 small climbs as well. Alright, I am just within 1 mile of 600 miles. So I'm going to be hitting that today. Only 100 miles to go before Kennedy Meadows, something that I, in the beginning, never thought I was going to reach, and now I'm pretty sure I will. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Also pretty excited about the fact that I've gone like, I don't know, 15, 16 miles already. My body still doesn't hurt, and I didn't take ibuprofen at all today for the first time, because most days I was popping like 6 to 8 every day. These are definitely cow pies. I wonder if there's any cows near the trail. Much nicer views for the second half of the trail. In the morning it was a little bleak, but we're back into the alive tree area. I forgot to video at 600, but anyways, I passed it. I just fell for no reason.
on my leg. Like literally I just slipped on some random dust. I'm gonna sit here for a second and wallow in self-pity. Not really, but it kind of hurt. So yeah, got a mile left. Alright, I am 0.2 away from the next water source, so I had a 18.5 water carry, and I have this much water left, so I did that pretty perfectly. The next 8-9 miles or so actually have several water sources, and then there's going to be a 30-mile dry stretch, maybe even 40-mile dry stretch, but there's 2 huge water caches in between that people can access, though you should never rely on it. But that's going to be a problem for tomorrow, not for today. I don't know whose pack this is. I just realized they're my trekking pole twin. It's a popular place. Alright, it is just after 6 p.m. And we've just decided to hike 2 more miles. The reason being, it looks like there's a really good campsite in 23 miles. So that's kind of a big day, and we'd prefer to do 2 21-mile days, then an 18.5, and then a 23. So we're doing 2.5 more miles. So anyways, I'm a little tired, but definitely totally doable, and the terrain looks fairly easy. So yeah, it'll be a fairly big day, and tomorrow will be a fairly big day. But we're doing good.